What's it been like to have National Signing Day and then the season kicks off 2 weeks later?
Usually on National Signing Day, everybody comes in the office early. You have donuts, you have your TVs, your phones out. Everybody ready to get the facts or the emails in and kind of celebrate. These long journey you've been on in recruiting a successful class. And this morning, at 7 a.m., I was out on the practice field blowing my whistle and trying to look at my phone at the same time. And so, I mean, there's no handbook to tell you like, hey, here's the way we're supposed to do this. I've called, asked a bunch of different coaches. I think we're all kind of faced with the same dilemma as this is uncharted territories. Nobody's ever done this before, and so you kind of just learn as you go and continue to try to wear a lot of different hats at the same time and pull things off that usually don't go together. And it's still bizarre. I told my wife last night it's super bizarre to me, that we're gearing up to play a real football game right now at this time of year. The Super Bowl. I'm planning around the Super Bowl, which we were supposed to practice in the afternoon, and then all my players know. Usually if anytime Patrick Mahomes is on TV, there's a good chance our practice is going to be moved around when Patrick's playing, so I can watch him. So we had to move practice on Sunday. We'll try to get them up early, practice that way they can get in and out of here, go to church, and then go watch Patrick Mahomes play against Tom Brady, which will be hopefully one for the ages. So yeah, I mean it's bizarre. There's weird planning going on. You're juggling things that just don't seem like they go together at times. But just like anybody else has had to do this year, you got to roll with the punches and make the best of it and continue to cater to these kids. I mean, we have an obligation to a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds. I told their parents we'd watch them over them in any situation and lead, guide, and direct them in through thick and through thin. And obviously, with the course of the last 5 or 6 months playing out with not only the pandemic but the social injustice movement, I mean, our kids have been awesome. So super proud to be their coach and super proud to kind of watch them grow and mature through all this.
A quick aside to the Super Bowl coach: if Patrick wasn't playing in the game on Sunday, would you have had the guys practice during the Super Bowl?
It might have cut into it a little bit, maybe a little bit. I would have wanted to at least watch the second half of it. They would have been complaining. We have some Packer fans on our team. They were not happy. We practiced last week, while the Packers and the Bucks were playing, and then I made sure I was off so I could watch Patrick play after that. So yeah, I mean, we would have seen some of the Super Bowl. I can't promise you we would have seen all of it if he wasn't playing that.
And then one more for me, Coach, in terms of starting the season. Have you reached out to any colleagues, and specifically maybe UTSA's Jeff Traylor, because they've gone through what you're about to go through in terms of trying to get a season off in a pandemic? You reached out to anybody in terms of advice and suggestions?
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeff and I talked a lot, kind of early on in this thing when everything started kind of coming in hot and heavy, and we didn't know if we were going to play. Everybody's canceled. We're talking back and forth, kind of, what are you hearing about regulations? What are you guys having to do? Just vice versa, trying to figure out, if they have a better plan for something, or if we have a better plan for something, and how you're going to, what the process you're putting in place to kind of help get you through that. And then, as he got into a season and they cranked up, like to stay out of his business because I know he had a ton on his plate trying to manage all that plus playing his first season. So hats off to him. What a great job he did with his first season there. Incredible coach, incredible leader, great man. So excited to get those guys, back playing at the level that they did this year, competing for a championship. I think, they'll continue to go up. Hopefully we can continue to play a game every year with them. It's something, we'd like to do is, be able to meet up in the Alamo Dome once a year. It's just good for our kids to be able to experience that venue and that atmosphere that we had a couple years ago. And then I've reached out to a ton of friends, whether it be other head coaches. I've reached out to a bunch of athletic trainers that I've worked with just to see what worked with them, as far as contact tracing, as far as the travel. Really, the tough thing is traveling. Is figuring out logistically um, how to get 150 kids and trainers and workers and coaches and GAs, everybody safely somewhere, and then figure out what the rooming list looks like. So if one does pop a positive, you don't have a whole position group get out, and then just the things you don't think of, just eating. We're all used to getting big buffets night before games, everybody coming in and having team meetings in tight quarters, and having chapel that night, and doing everything in such tight quarters is just what football teams are about. The bond, the camaraderie, the brotherhood that's created through those situations. And basically, all that's been eliminated. I mean, we're in separate locker rooms right now with our kids. Our meetings are we're not meeting very much together. When we are, our team meeting room can only have 22 people in it at one time. So it's been different. I think that just us having to go through this things together and it not be ideal and put us in some tough situations. I think in a weird way, it's kind of caused us to grow a little bit closer together, though.
Appreciate it, Coach. And I lied a little while ago. I just want to leave real quick with one. We'll end with Patrick real quick. Can I assume that you've at least texted, maybe talked with him at some point since the AFC title game?
Yeah, definitely. Just congratulations, good luck, and continue to prove people wrong. I mean, it's been remarkable to watch him. How fast he's taken off, and then too, I think this year, after being the cover boy and getting all these FaceTime on every ad you see, every magazine seems like it has Patrick Mahomes on the front of it. So he's not a secret anymore, and to be able to continue to play at that high level and everybody knows what's coming has been remarkable. And so he's a determined young man. So super proud of him, and I think we'll see him in many more Super Bowl years to come.